All right, welcome to our show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Frankie,
I am Goose.
And I'm General Dink.
and tonight we're going to talk about why I'm still single, and what we all really hate in relationships, but mostly me because apparently I'm a little bit more interesting than most.
You're complex.
I'm complex.
You're like
I'm a deep and complicated man, is what they would say.
You're like a Rubik's cube, but instead of the regular one.
Dink can solve a Rubik's cube.
But right, it's not the regular one. It's the big fucking octagonal one. It's like a dodecahedron, and it's got like 8 million different cubes. And
Are you just name dropping shit you might have heard in algebra or something? Dodecahedron, really?
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering.
That's really what it is, and it's entertaining to watch someone try to adjust all that back.
Oh, try to figure me out. Okay, so what did you guys want to ask me really about why what my whole thing about dating is?
I want to know what your number one biggest
Ooh.
deal breaker is. I know there might be multiple ones.
There's definitely
there might be multiple ones.
in a dodecahedron bullshit you were talking about. Yeah, it looks like
but
that.
If you had to forgive every single one of those deal breakers except one, which would you pick is the one that is the unpardonable sin?
I think, all right, so I probably would have had to prepare for this. Let's go over some that I really do hate. Well, deal breakers off the top of my head. Really, well, first off, all right, let's just go with looks because that's just the most shallow and easy part of it. If you're fat. If you're fat,
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you this right now. If you're fat, but you're really cool, I gel with you, we have great chemistry, I can look past that. If, we were to get in a relationship and I would make a compromise with you and say, all right, I'll start working out if you start losing weight. And that's what I would do. But fat is just a turnoff for me.
I don't think that's a horrible thing.
No, it's not a horrible thing.
Some people make it out to be a horrible thing, and it's not.
Yeah, for me, it has to do with a person's willingness to take care of themselves. And I have a gut. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I work from home. I have a gut. I haven't really worked out in a few months. And, the price for that is not only the gut, but my back hurts. So I got to start doing that again. That's my motivation, is to make sure my back doesn't keep fucking hurting me. So there's that. And two, I grew up with obese women. Not fun. Not fun, especially when you're a scrawny kid and you're like, oh my God, these people are going to eat me. Yeah.
Well, I was even saying some people are. So there's people out there who are like, well, I don't look at looks. That's not something.
Bullshit.
That's nonsense.
That's
Okay,
absolute
that's
horse.
garbage.
That is horse, bull, and dog shit. If you think that.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to go and separate this into first looks because that's a very easy one. Then
Well-
you do personality.
What, in
And
terms
then
of fat
finally-
person?
Yeah,
Fat
no. When I'm talking about the deal breakers, because it's not only just looks.
Oh no, yeah, I
Yeah,
understand
yeah,
that.
we'll get to that.
Let's just go with fat.
We'll get to more.
I'm just saying, let's just stay.
Okay.
Stay with looks. Stay with looks right now.
So
So
looks.
yeah, anyone who says they don't look at looks is just a lying turd.
Right, yeah, because how the fuck were we able... How the hell did you have redheads? Obviously, you saw them and you're like, ooh, I like that. I'm going to rape and procreate with, my children are going to have red hair. Or any other recessive gene that you can think of. Recessive trait, sorry. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, it's not everything, but it is a major factor in who you're attracted to and who you'll end up, making kids with.
Yeah. Now the claim of I don't looks are not a factor to me is kind of rooted into some people just like more things than others, and that's not something you can change.
Now, I also do want
you do.
to. I also do want to ask that person who's like, looks aren't. They don't matter to me. All right, let me ask you something. All right, so
ask that to me because.
May I?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you looks don't matter to you, Dink?
That's why I said ask that to me because I.
Okay.
I would say that.
Okay.
So direct it to me.
So let me ask you, Dink. If looks don't matter, would you? What do you? Wait. All right. Let's just without any assumptions on who you like. Would you fuck a transgendered woman?
Yeah.
A woman that used to be a man. So you would fuck her.
A woman
You would
that
fuck him,
used
her.
to be a man. So now there's a difference, and you actually brought up a good point.
But that's what I'm saying. Those are looks, because that's basically. I mean, we're not going to get into the whole identity crisis of a transgender person. I don't know that. No one here is qualified to talk about that. But for that is a look. That is a look thing. That is an appearance thing.
It's an appearance. Look, if I'm attracted to it, I'm sorry, but I can't do nothing about it.
Okay, so to you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So if someone came up to you in a bar, and you get along, you seem to get along, you want to get her number and take her out, bring her back home. Mm-hmm. And she tells you, hopefully she tells you beforehand, I used to be a guy, I got surgery. And I'm a woman. What goes on in your head? You're like, no? Automatic no?
Look, I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm just going to say, I'm just going to walk away.
You're just gonna walk away. Okay, so now you're giving me two completely different answers.
Okay, so let's scale it back a little bit. And let's not go to that total extreme. Let's say, I don't know, you're chatting with someone online, and you guys are hitting it off really well, and it's a catfish scenario, and you finally meet them, and they are the size of Honey Boo Boo's mama.
Okay, I actually have like a thing with that, because I used to do online dating. It sucks. I don't know what the fuck the whole thing is. But here's the thing. I don't actually I Skype them first beforehand. Because I want to make sure it's them. Because, you could send, like, pictures of your hot friend to me. Yeah. And they're like, ooh, you're hot. But you can't really fake a Skype call. It's really hard. It's not like I'm just going to see, like, a 2-second video of you. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to see you face to face. It's kind of
That's smart. But let's say Dink. Let's say you didn't go through all those means, all that preparation. You were like, ain't nobody got time for that.
I will actually do that too. That's the funny part. I wouldn't even go through Skype and anything.
Let's say you find this person and they look like the Queen of England. The current Queen of England, like they're just fucking old and disgusting. And
does it have a vagina?
It has a vagina.
It has a vagina.
No boobs.
Man,
they have breasts, but they're not very formed.
Yeah, they're like down to her belly button at this point.
Are you just talking about like it's an old lady, or it doesn't have
to be an old lady.
Or just an ugly chick in her mid-20s.
Just someone wretched looking. Just
okay.
Really awful.
Oh man, I got a couple of names off this and quit it.
I cannot.
That's something.
Jesus Christ.
That's good.
Dude,
that's good.
I do have minimum requirements, and
you have to have a vagina.
That, but let's stick with looks and FY. Yes.
Is there a minimum requirement for you to have it, like for it to have a vagina? Is that it?
I think that's the only thing that came
Jiminy
from looks.
Fucking crickets.
And as long as it has a vagina, we're good.
Yeah, dude.
And it makes babies, so we're good.
Wow, you are.
I'm not even that bad.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, am I like really like the highest standard here? Is that where we're all getting to?
I'm the lowest standard, probably the lowest.
No,
you're
definitely the lowest standard. I mean, that's fucking shit.
Wow.
Christ.
That's why you just ask it towards me and I'll answer any question.
Wow. Well, yeah, if we need a control variable, obviously. So yeah, that's really one thing is like if you're fat, I'm gonna see you in a different way. If you're fat but you're reparable, then I'll put in the investment. I call it. It sounds fucking horrible, but yeah, I call it an investment. I'm investing time and effort into you being healthy, so I would want to fuck you more. And I think
just to clarify, it's not like you just look at them and go ew. It's also that you don't like.
It's both.
That they've managed their body so poorly.
It's both. Okay. It's like, ew, I don't like that. What can I do to fix this?
Okay, I will say one thing that, I still find the looks. I still say, oh, she's hot, she's not. I still do that.
Right.
I mean, but when it comes to me, like dating, I don't give a flying fuck which is it.
For me, I just avoid it entirely because it's just basically, I'm very paranoid when it comes to this. I know people's behaviors and habits just like from the first date on. And it's like I can already tell by now. I may be wrong, but you're gonna have to sort of convince me that you're not. It sounds like I'm going off the limb. I'm being as shallow as those people on TV, those kind of caricatures. But let's face it. If I really got to spend money on you, and that's where my real problem is. And we'll get into that because you asked me what the one deal I can't forgive. Yeah, you're already smiling. You already know.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah, because now I finally figured it out. Yeah, if I'm going to spend money on you, you gotta be worth it.
Okay.
You gotta be so totally fucking worth it.
I'd just like to, as a quick sidebar, I gotta say that I
Mm-hmm.
really hope like a Tumblr feminist gets her hands on this.
Oh yeah,
On this episode.
that fucking
Why?
whore,
Because she can-
that closet whore bitch. Yeah, get your fucking hands on this. Dox me,
what
bitch.
would
Go ahead.
happen if she like she listens to me and is like she's gonna test it out. Give me the
Oh,
ugliest
yeah.
girl.
Oh, yeah.
You're her only chance.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what? Yeah, at that point.
Oh,
you're-
but then again, you know what? You said it has to have a vagina, so that gets rid of all the trans, tri-gender foxkin, whatever the fuck
What?
they are now.
Well,
They're like
I
gender
said-
fluid.
Oh
Not
wow.
even-
Okay. Yeah.
Not only has
Gender
to have,
fluid cyberqueer. I don't know what the fuck kind of shit they have.
I
now.
said vagina and it has to have a baby.
How
Like,
is
it has to. It
they
gotta
have to be able?
reproduce.
They have to be able to reproduce. So what about? All right. So how about this? How about this? How about a beautiful girl, a fucking dime, but she had ovarian cancer and she can't have kids.
Oh God.
Yeah, I got you right there. Bam. All right, you think about that
I
for.
will not do it.
Really?
No.
Oh man, so you definitely want to have kids. You are definitely Spanish.
I
Holy
need 20
shit.
of them. God.
Yeah.
You want to have
my
like 10 of them and fit them all in one car, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm planning to see. I'm doing an experiment. I gotta get a bunch of babies, and hopefully, 5 of them will go and succeed. The other 5.
Wow.
So why don't you just
Just
steal
like-
them then?
No, he's
No,
not
man,
into that
it's
anymore.
not,
Can't.
It's not mine.
Yeah, it's the modern age. They can't do that anymore. They-
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. So that's crazy. All right, so you didn't even have to think about that. It's just like no. So you would rather have an ugly bitch that can have kids versus a dime that can't.
Yeah.
I would much rather have the dime that you don't want to fuck, and it's even better she can't have kids.
Dude, I'm
I'd be dropping,
right now.
nigga, I would be dropping loads in fucking batches every day, like seconds. And it would only take, I mean, if she's a dime, it would only take me like 3 or 4 fucking strokes. Like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna go watch TV, make me a
But then,
sandwich.
you know, like 30 minutes later, like, I'm ready.
All right, 15 minutes. Yeah, 15, 30, whatever the fuck it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll take probably even shorter.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Fight!
Yeah, it'll even be shorter if she jerks me off while I'm trying to get back into it. You know, that's an incentive for her.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
so anyway.
Keeps her arm strong.
Yeah, exactly. There's the exercise. Yeah, fat bitch. If you could listen, if you fat bitches are out there and you want me, if you can suck dick, you're pretty much golden because you're getting exercise at that point, and we can just work out a workout plan. You know, you can jerk me off and suck me, and then I could just fuck you a little bit.
And you get nice gains from the protein.
Yes, and protein. If you swallow semen, it does help with your teeth. It does have zinc in it, and probably a couple other
It
vitamins.
also helps you live longer.
Yes, it does.
And
Yes, it does.
also gives you never have cancer.
If you've had Botox injections before, you've had rat semen injected into your skin.
Delicious.
Just leaving it out there.
All right, so
I will point something out.
What?
With looks. Look, when it comes down to looks, and this is my thinking.
Yeah.
This is why I don't care.
Why don't you care?
This is literally why I don't care. Because if I get, a nice hot dime, is she gonna be a nice hot dime for the rest of her life?
Oh no, those looks fade away.
They're gone.
Yeah, but dude, you're not talking about personality. You're talking about like any bitch who can pop out kids.
No, but I'm talking about the looks. It's just
All right.
there.
Goose is dying to say something. Go ahead.
you're dating a girl. She's the one you want to marry.
To me or him?
You.
Okay.
You get married. 3 years later, she's ballooned into a whale.
Oh, you mean
I mean, no. Not,
first up, not even marriage. I would actually put that in my. I don't think you understand something. We're gonna get into the money thing, and this is where it comes in. I guess we're kind of going ahead here. That would be in my prenup.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't like marriage. I don't like the institution. What I love is being invited into weddings, because I'm basically a moocher. It's like, hey, thanks for inviting me. Where's the bar? Where's the bar? Food? Oh, beautiful. All right, here's your envelope. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, give me the
see,
drinks.
that's what I mean. That like at one moment,
Right, yeah,
they're
but
good,
it's just
they're
if
so
they
beautiful, and then the
if she
next moment,
balloons
no.
into something. Here's the thing. It's just like that's what I like. Marriage is literally the end game for a woman. It's that because once marriage is happening, she is legally secure. And if you don't get in a prenup, you're fucked.
And again, you're not talking all women. You're just talking about the majority. Or...
I am talking based on women, like, all right, the experience. I'm not saying that every woman out there would be so goddamn callous as to go that far, but I would not put them past them.
Okay.
That's marriage to them is the end game. For us, it'd probably be like anal or threesome. That's really like nigga.
I would like to say threesome's the end game, but then you got foursome.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's an infinite number, and that's unfortunate.
orgy.
That's unfortunate for us because there is no highest goal. It's literally as many girls as you can fuck. I mean, if you can have a fucking 30-some, God bless you. But fuck that
look,
shit.
If you can get like Kim K and Kate Upton at the same time, then I'd say game over.
Kim K's ass with Kate Upton's tits
Game over.
and redhead. That. You know what, dude? I would make an exception.
Crazy about redheads, but still,
Oh, I'm crazy about redheads. I love redheads.
I don't know. For me, I just don't care which color.
Right, yeah, we already got to you. You just want to have something that'll pop out children. You just basically want a baby maker. You know they have, like, they have laboratories where they do that, right?
Well, at least I gotta get someone to take care of it. And then there's also another minimum requirement.
Good Lord, you really are
looks.
Spanish.
There is a minimum requirement that is not looks. That's why I haven't gotten to it.
Okay, alright, so... Yeah, as a man. All right, so the one deal breaker for me would be, money.
That's the unpardonable sin.
That is the guy. I wouldn't even get to the point where it would become an unpardonable sin. Here's the thing with me. I like money more than I like human beings. It really is. Like I have to just admit. I tend to be altruistic. I am not a psychopath where I kill human beings, but I'm very much into. Because the thing is, the difference between me having money and liking human beings and me not having money and liking human beings, totally different things. If I'm poor, I'm going to really fucking hate human beings because I don't have the specific, I don't have the means to take care of myself. And that's where I base my self-esteem upon, is my own self-sustenance, whether or not I'm able to, fend for myself.
So right now what we're talking about is habits, what their habits.
Right, no, I'm talking about what my one unforgivable, like, yeah, you're done with me.
Okay.
Like,
basically their habits of like...
No, I'm talking about just taking, like, money, like gold diggers.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
that.
gold diggers, but I'm saying
Gold
that's
diggers.
That's their...
Right, yeah, but you're generalizing it into just habits. I'm talking about their specific.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're
Okay,
specific.
okay.
But
Their
I'm just
specific
saying
habits.
if we're
All right. Let me
talking
go on with it. So a girl. All right, I understand for dating, yeah, you're gonna have to spend money on her, and if you like the girl, then yeah. For me, I can definitely see it where you want to spend money on her. Like, it'd be a chore. For me, it has to be like, all right, well, this would be like, I would feel the same about spending on her as I would feel about spending on me. That's what it has to be like. If it's like a chore where like, oh God, I gotta fucking take her to the movies, otherwise I'm not gonna get laid. It's not gonna last that long. For me, I can't tolerate that more than like a fucking week at the most. That's why I really can't hold a relationship. It's just the fact that whether or not I really want to spend money on you, that's the whole thing.
Okay.
Now, if it's just like, if I know where this is going, if we're just doing like a casual fling sort of thing, then yeah, I'll take her out to dinner as long as we're both on the same page. But if she's like, oh no, I want like a long relationship, and usually I can tell, I'm not gonna go for it. Because unless I'm already like, she's good looking and we gel together, all right, fine, cool. Again,
just so I understand, if it was like if the girl wanted a long-term relationship where y'all go Dutch on everything, like you pay for your stuff, she pays for her stuff, that would be an easy thing for you to get into.
At first, yeah, but it depends on the relationship. If like I said, if we're going Dutch, like if we're all just going our own way on our dinner and whatnot, like buying shit, that's good. That's gonna eventually, unless we're just gonna be breaking up, because that's gonna come up to like, so where is this relationship going? We're gonna have that kind of talk, and then it's gonna be like, well, this is how I feel about you. It's whether or not the sex is good enough for me to lie.
Okay.
It's really like that, because I mean that's how men think. It's just basically, for me, that's how I think. Especially, it's how much can I get out of this?
Okay, so that's the thing.
It's a
like,
purely selfish motivation. Yeah.
Well, listen, no. When it comes to money, get yours.
Yeah.
I don't see that kind of shit as selfish. You should always...
It is. No, I mean, it is selfish, but not in the sense that it's selfish as sinful. It's selfish in to me, like I said, being self-sufficient is like one of my biggest values, I would say. And I don't say that as I trot that like a motherfucker, but for me personally, that's how I see it. If I can't sustain myself, then I'm no use to anyone, especially myself.
Okay, so far we've established weight and gold diggerosity.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two.
Spending habits.
Sure,
Not
whatever.
even spending. Well, you're with spending habits. You're assuming that she has control of my money. That will never happen. Even all right. So even in the off chance that like, all right, we get married, we have kids, I will have a life raft already built. Whether or not she listens to the show, like, you know, years later or some shit, my future girlfriend does it, and she understands whether or not this is public or secret from her, I'm going to be building a life raft of my own. Because, like I said, I at the end of the day, I have to take care of me until I drop dead.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
And again, that's why I say it's not really selfishness. You should always try to get as.
Yeah, but some people see that as like, well, that's not really true love because you're not sacrificing everything for it. Yeah, but I don't see her fucking taking a bullet for me. Unless she actually does take a bullet for me, then I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Money is yours.
Yeah. All right. So there's two. So we reached the peak of the mountain of your deal breakers. What other ones are there?
I don't know. Let's go into some of yours because I'm sort of blanking out right now. Money, like I said. Oh, legality. I mean, financial and legal go together, but the whole thing where the gender bias of the law and how police officers during a domestic dispute. I think we went over this last week or a couple of weeks ago about how, you know, in a domestic dispute, the woman always gets like the sort of favor versus the guy if there's a domestic dispute because girls are seen as defenseless of some sort, even though I have a perfectly big kitchen knife in the fucking kitchen and she can definitely kill me with that. I'm not immortal. I've tried. No, I'm kidding. I'm not super. I did not.
Incredible Hulk when that happened.
Or I'm Superman. I shot myself in the chest. No, but yeah, it's really like that. That I can't deal with either. That's just like, for me, that is an ultimate deal breaker. If she tries anything, if she tries to go somewhere where she has the advantage, it's like I'm done with her. I don't care how good of a fuck she is. Like that for me, for like just even as a primal instinct, that is a turn off.
Okay.
That's like
I think everyone would agree. That's not like.
right. Everyone would agree on paper, but it comes to all right. Say it's Kate Upton. Say you're fucking. Well, I'm gonna put in myself in this side. If I'm fucking Kate Upton, if I have a relationship with her and she tries some shit where like I get into like a small tiff and it balloons into something fucking unimaginable and unreasonable, and she starts like putting litigation on me, she's done. We're fucking done. Like there's no like I love you, come back to me. I'm fucking slandering her. I don't care how much. I'd rather get jail time for slandering or defamation than being like, oh, I hit her, but I really didn't. She just happened to hit herself and bruises and all that other shit. I don't need that.
Okay, I see. I definitely see. For me, there's not that much that's crazy. To me, it's freedom. It all comes down to freedom. It's like,
The option of doing what you want.
yes, exactly. It's like,
But
hey, you know, me and Frankie and Dink, you know, we're gonna go to the bar and get a couple beers.
no.
Well,
Yeah.
have fun.
Or yeah, or that.
Wait, the passive
Or passive aggressive.
moment?
Yeah, that would actually be more accurate.
Like, yo, listen, I would let you do anything you want, like, outside of fucking another guy.
Right, but here's the thing now. You said freedom is
We'll get
isn't
to
that,
that.
isn't that sort of like the opposite of being in a relationship
It
because
doesn't have to be.
it doesn't have to be? Okay, so what are your guidelines, not guidelines, but your boundaries for a relationship? What are your boundaries? Obviously fucking a girl fucking another guy.
The two people identify as being in a relationship and they don't get
Well-
romantically involved with anyone else.
But what does that mean being in a relationship?
They just identify as it. Like they say, I am your boyfriend. I am your girlfriend. That is to me being in a relationship.
Okay.
That is a relationship. They both have the understanding that they are with that person and only with that person. Unless, of course, the two people, which I would not want to do, the two
Mutually
people
agreed.
mutually be like, yeah, you want to fuck someone? Go ahead, fuck someone.
Right.
Friends with benefits.
Yeah, but that's not. If you want to have your friends with benefits, I'll have my friends with benefits.
Right.
And if both mutually agree, then whatever. That's their relationship. Me
Okay.
too. But a relationship's got to have, for me at least, the freedom. Do what you want within that boundary, within the.
So that's the only rule you have is just
That's I can't really I mean, obviously there's the obvious shit. Like you said, like if some woman tries to,
It's
hold
not-
her status as a woman over my head, and it's like, well, I'm always going to be seen as
Goose,
right.
I'm not gonna be. I'm not trying to do on semantics, but it's not obvious. It's like some people really don't think about
It
this
should
shit.
be obvious. I'll say that.
It should, yeah.
It
Like I
should
said,
be.
it's subjective. Yeah,
It should be obvious. It's not always obvious.
right.
Because there are definitely people out there who are like, no, the woman is clearly correct in this matter.
Because she has a vagina.
But I think people who can actually use their brains, have some sort of form of critical thinking.
That's our pizza.
Have some form of critical thinking, can understand, well, maybe in the 1920s, when women were the submissive creatures,
Well, 1920s only.
1920s and previous,
Okay.
then I'd say fine.
I would say not even 1920s. I would say like more than 1970s.
Really?
Because that's when women started breaking the
I
whole
don't know.
mold
I
of.
just kind of.
All right, no, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. So, like, if you agree with me, the 1970s is where I would say they would break the mold of like being like the perennial housewife, that
Yeah.
sort of caricature.
Yeah.
So would you agree there then?
Yeah,
1970.
I'd say
Okay.
so, yeah.
Okay.
So.
So when they started breaking that whole mold.
Yeah, and as they should have.
Okay.
As they should have. You're alive. You're a living human. You should be seen on even level playing field with any living human. Just if you take that one fact, if you know one thing about a person, and that one thing is that they're a living, breathing human, they should be on level playing field with other people that are just living, breathing humans.
Right. Communism. But okay.
No.
I'm
That's
kidding.
not-
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
When it comes to like a human rights kind of thing.
Right.
So
The thing is, human beings don't work that way, unfortunately.
No.
There's always going to be one that wants to rule over the other.
Obviously.
So there's always going to be power struggles, no matter what.
okay, but let's keep it to like the
Yeah, let's keep it a
the
relationship.
simple
So
common
any,
people like
so-
us.
yeah, all right. So any sort of relationship is based on you doing what you want and your girlfriend doing what she wants,
And there
as
should
long
always
as.
be communication. It's not like I'm gonna go somewhere for like a week, disappear
Mm-hmm.
for that week, and come back and be like, oh, what do you? I was just over in Vegas, whatever. There's still got to be some form of communication between the parties involved.
Right.
You're still in a relationship.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's that. I mean, lack of communication, lack of freedom.
That's it.
Anything else that's crazy like that? I can't really think of it. Obviously, I have
What about? Let's just go into mine. What about money?
money. If I can tell, they're a gold digger, but that to me falls under the obvious category.
Which is.
It's something that should be obvious. Like
But
if someone's
would
only
you-
into you for your money.
Would you classify that as being like lack of freedom, perhaps?
No, I wouldn't classify it as lack of freedom, but it would also be one of the things that I wouldn't go for. And,
Okay.
And clearly, in my opinion, nobody should go for it.
Right. That
That's
to
not-
me,
that's not a relationship.
to me, I would classify it as lack of freedom.
Okay.
I
can understand that.
Yeah, because this is like, the difference between if she's getting $500,000, she's getting 500,000, and I'm left with 500,000. Yeah, it's still a lot of money. But when it comes down to 50,000, I have, and you're taking 25. Yeah, it's a little.
But that to me falls under like I have my list of obvious things. That to me falls under the obvious.
Okay, but like I said, it's not always obvious to other people. I'm not saying it's not obvious to me or Dink,
Right.
anyone here in this room, but some people
I'm
have
just
been
saying-
brought
I'm
up
just
differently.
saying
It's not.
The reason I didn't list it is because to me it's so obvious that like why would I even say that? Like that's,
But then we wouldn't have this show.
Yeah, I guess
Then we
so.
wouldn't have this episode. That's the whole thing.
So yes, the whole money gold digger thing, massive deal breaker. If I even so much as detect it.
Yeah. But the thing is, women tend to be wily. Like real gold diggers tend to be very wily with that shit. They're not gonna bring it up, or it's like you have to sort of. Sometimes you just really have to just chance it, because there are gonna be times
yeah.
you don't know, and she may not be one, but she just comes off as one,
Yeah.
or she just has expensive tastes, but she really values you. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
And then I
I don't
guess-
think a woman, unless she's fucking brain dead, would be able to do that. She would go one way or the other. But I can't really underestimate the infiniteness of human stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other
Never.
than that, I guess we can throw looks into it. I'm definitely more forgiving than you are for that. A lot of people are more forgiving than you are
Yes,
in that
I am.
sense. I'm not quite as bad as Dink.
No.
But unless I sit there and go, ugh, ew. Unless I'm actually like literally saying that.
All right. Well, all right. Give me like your definition of a 10, and then your definition of a 5, and your definition of a 2. Not a 1, a 2.
A 10 would be Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. She's a redhead, or is she? I don't know.
I think she was just a redhead
Died?
for the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
I
Whatever.
don't know what her natural
Sure.
hair color is. No, she definitely dyed it red because in order to get the part, she had to convince the director by dyeing her hair. And she was like, "Hey, look how I look as a redhead. It's fine. Don't worry. I can do the part."
Okay.
So that's a
Fuck.
10.
I hate those fake redheads. See, that's another deal breaker for me. If I find out halfway through the relationship your real hair is blonde, no, we're done.
Just blonde, or just that they color their hair?
Just that they color their hair.
Okay.
Because red is something I'm not.
That's definitely an interesting one.
Yeah. That's something that would fuck with me for the rest of my life. I'm like, nope.
Okay, so that's a 10. A 5? I don't know, man. Like, famous people are rarely ever 5s.
No, not even fame. I'm not even asking for a famous person. Just describe them on adjectives.
I'm really bad at that. Like, when someone asks me to describe, like, how did that person look? I'm usually like, they have hair and a nose, and I think they have, like, an arm and a
Okay,
toe.
I got a famous person.
What?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay, she would be a -7. She doesn't even register on that scale.
Yeah. She's also a lesbian. And doesn't want to have children, so she would be out of your scope immediately. Yeah. I don't know. So, anyway, yeah, Rosie O'Donnell. No, Dink just came back from grabbing pizza, and we're on the whole thing of, I'm asking Goose what he considers like a 10, a 5, and a 2, because he can't really describe, other than lack of freedom and lack of communication, what his deal breakers are in a relationship. So, what about you? What's your version of a 10? I don't know. You're laughing as if he knew what the fuck you meant by that. What exactly? You don't know? Okay.
Probably the fucking transgender chick that he brought home.
Oh,
earlier.
no. I know exactly what a 10 is for him. Manjula. From fucking The Simpsons, Apu's wife?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Octuplets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Octomom would be a 10 for him.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no.
Anyone
A 10 for him would be someone who can have 10 kids at once. That's how he
Indian.
shows it. Any Indian? Really?
Yeah.
Aunts Indians? Okay. Like the Desi chicks, like Indian, Bangladesh. Okay. All right.
Because they give me 10 kids at no time.
Well, so do Spanish chicks.
Yeah, that's why it's a win-win.
Okay. So anyone from a culture that encourages multiple children in a family.
Yep, and Chinese is also one of them.
Okay. Definitely not Japanese, though. Definitely not Japanese.
And if you find a nice Catholic woman, you will be having...
Oh, a Chinese born-again Catholic. That's what you need.
Who was part Irish.
Alright.
Part Irish, why?
Those Irish Catholics can multiply, man.
That's true. So can Spanish Catholics. I don't know. I mean, we would have to see, like, who wins the contest
well,
there.
I do have the recessive gene for blue eyes and white.
Oh, okay. Great.
So I'm okay.
So will you have a blue eyes white dragon as a child one day?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh god, I'm gonna kill myself.
Is there anything else? Should I go my
No, I think
my minimum requirements?
yeah, your minimum requirement is for them to actually have children.
Well, no, you didn't listen to the rest of it because we were just staying with looks.
Okay, go ahead.
Look at that, this guy. He's soon.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, this
What?
guy.
Let's
Okay.
go.
I gotta go. Give me a second.
I'm gonna turn you off.
Okay, so basically, my minimum requirements. This is almost like the obvious for Mr. Goose here too. The cook.
All right, here's another one deal breaker. If a girl goes on for fucking 10 minutes and doesn't get to the fucking point, I'm done.
You know,
That's
just
usually
got
how
to
it
the
starts.
point.
That no, it doesn't. No, you didn't.
I was on my period, and then I goes on
Yes,
the phone with my mother.
that. See, that's
You
a get
want
the
the second
that's
question?
that's a get out of my car / house moment.
So
Oh my
then
God,
I'm
must
gonna
be-
say cook and clean.
Oh, cook and clean. Thank you. What was that? It was so hard. Yes. All right. Cook
I
and
just
clean.
said it.
All right, cook and clean. For me, that would be like almost
You
like.
cut me off like that.
I'm sorry, but you get to the point. We have people listening here. Some of them might be men that don't want to hear this shit. It's like, I mean, women are like, why are they so mean to him? They're just trying to get to the point.
The guy's stories are who, what, when, where, why. Apparently, Dink. I don't know where his
I
stories.
got very, very complex questions.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you really did.
You
Mine was
really
very
didn't.
simple, actually. But now,
Okay.
cook and clean.
Cook and
She
clean.
has to
Thank
cook.
you. Thank
She
you. All right.
needs to give me good food.
So
when I
those
go
are
home.
so a deal breaker for you is basically a 1950s housewife. You really need just if she is anything but a 1950s housewife, you're not even having it.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. That's really actually even more than what I would say because it's just like I would even give her a chance to start cooking and cleaning.
So would she talk less or more than you? Is my question. Like, would her stories be long, drawn out, and rambling as yours, or would she like just not speak ever?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
As long as she cooks, cleans, and
clean
fucks you
and-
for children.
Yes, there we go.
All right. So she can talk whatever the fuck she wants as long as she goes home,
Yes,
cooks.
honey. Yes, honey. That's all.
Yeah, it's really him. It's really Nick.
Yeah.
All right, bend over. She's like still talking about her day while he's fucking her. It's like, yup, yeah, I totally understand, honey. Could you turn over? Yeah, yeah. That's it.
All these feelings. Feelings and emotions.
I
Yeah,
think
one feeling is good enough. That's like a little. That's like, all right, you described the whole story there. It's like, all right, one feeling, good.
Didn't all women want like a guy that like does everything, only asks for a little bit in return?
Oh, like the Princess Bride, as you wish, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not familiar. Okay.
Not of the Princess Bride.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. It's just that I feel like that women, especially the younger ones, has this
Now?
expectation.
Oh, like they're entitled. Yeah, I mean that's
And
what
it's-
that comes with the territory or being.
That's why cougars are a lot better.
Yeah, in that sense. I mean, I'm not gonna get into this because obviously, like, but my opinion on this, like, I don't know, you want to call it a phenomenon of girls being more entitled to shit more and more as the generations, later generations come. I think that really has to do with the advancement of civilization.
Happened. All right.
Yeah. Now, why that is, I'll just give you a brief. When we were hunter-gatherers, they relied on us for food and shelter and protection. And they relied on us. They didn't give us any shit where it's like, well, they were, I mean, yeah, we had the advantage of the playing field. Then we got into agriculture, it was the same thing, but less since they got to stay at home now. There was one place for them to bear children and all that shit. As time goes on, we get technologically advanced. We don't depend on people as much as we used to before. We depend more on machines, artificial intelligence. Like I said.
This dude is stuffing his face, man. He just cannot wait until we're done.
No,
Shit.
No, I'm too hungry.
no, it's fine. Let them eat. I'm fine with it. I don't care. Just order another fucking pizza. I have the money for it. No gold diggers taking this shit. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Food. For me on the cooking cleaning thing, she doesn't necessarily have to cook. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm apparently not facing my mic. She doesn't necessarily have to cook, but cleaning is a definite, and she can sort of work her way up to it only because I can't. I'm horrible at cleaning. Anyone that cleans, that knows how to clean, if they saw me clean, they'd be like, all right, get the fuck out of here. You're going to mess the whole thing up. That's how I am because I'm bad at it. I mean, yeah. So it's just, I would rather, cooking, like, I can sort of gel. I mean, if she knows how to cook, that's obviously a fucking awesome plus. She could teach me. If she doesn't, I can teach her, basics. She doesn't have to be fucking, celebrity chef. Just as long as she knows, you can make a good chicken cutlet, you're fine. You're good. You're all right in my books.
Okay, so here's the question: is there anything that you think of off the top of your head that you would be willing to sacrifice for a relationship?
My free time.
Other than your time. I was
Okay.
just about to say other than your time.
Okay.
And your
Wow.
penis.
That's other than your time and your penis. Those are obvious.
Well, I need my penis. I mean,
Okay,
what the
you're
fuck's
not
the
gonna
point of
sacrifice that? Fine. I mean, your time is a given. That's
Okay.
That goes into being
Right, yeah, but you didn't specify that. Okay, so besides your time, besides not fucking another woman,
right.
okay.
Unless, of course, you two.
Yeah, but okay. So for the most part, I don't know what would there be to give up. Like, give me, because I can't think of something off the top of my head. I really gave.
let's say, would you be willing if she's let's say there's TV shows that you both like to watch.
Okay.
If she's willing to sacrifice a few of them, you're willing to sacrifice a few of them to make it even for both. Is that something you'd be down to do?
Depends. I mean, for me, TV. If we're talking about the scenario of TV shows specifically,
you watch complete opposite stuff. Yeah.
You mean complete opposite stuff?
Complete opposite. Like she likes to watch like Say Yes to the Dress, Real
Cake Boss.
Housewives of Who the Fuck Knows,
Cake Boss, which I can get into.
She likes to watch.
That feels like one of those tried and true arguments that always seem to last forever.
But she doesn't like.
Is there one TV in the house? Like if we have this? Okay. Because I would want to play video games, like one TV and no PC. Like I don't have my computer because that's kind of unrealistic.
So let's say that instead. Okay. She hates video games. She doesn't play video games, but she's willing to give up half of the TV time for your video games if you allow half of your TV time for her.
Yeah. I can see myself doing that
with
as
her.
long.
Like she'll do stuff with you. You'll do with her.
Like if she plays video games with me, I'll watch the Real Housewives of New Jersey with her.
Yeah. Like she actually puts effort into it. Like she tries.
She puts effort into it. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, I would try and do it as long as we have like the times agreed beforehand. That's what really would fuck up the whole deal. Is if like let's say, all right, with video games there are times where you can't pause. There's just times where you can't pause.
Right.
You really need to just do it. We would need to have concessions for that. Like I would have the fucking thing written out as a contract because that's how I am. Because I want to make sure that what I can get away with within what I consider a reasonable thing to happen. I would want that. I could definitely compromise video game playing time if like let's say if I get like 5-minute delay because of something that's happening. Yeah, I would do it. If I can't do it, then I don't see it happening because I would just see that as leading to unwanted arguments. Mm-hmm. It's like me having to thinking, how does she act? How do I act? Yeah, it really comes down to that. So yes and no. I mean, yes with just a few concessions. That's it.
Okay.
Like everything would have to be a compromise. I would have to also make sure she's compromising on her part too. I don't want to be the one like giving up video game time, but then.
Oh no! Like the fact that you're even playing video games at all is her giving up her.
Oh right, time. But in the case of the scenario I brought up where I can't pause it.
Okay.
And there's time going over what we had already originally agreed to beforehand. Okay. So I want to make sure.
Would you say a fair thing would be like we went 10 minutes over last time. I should get 10 extra minutes this time.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, like a TV show wouldn't be. Well, yeah. This would be a technological. This would be a dilemma now. What I would have is XBMC. I would have that shit. I would have it to the point where she doesn't need to like watch TV whenever I'm playing. Like she can watch TV while I'm playing video games. That's how I would have it. I would actually just find some way to basically like I would just have best of both worlds. Like if someone had already come up with this, if she can watch Netflix while I'm playing Assassin's Creed or some shit, that's fucking great. Like I would rather have that versus all right, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. You got to watch Real Housewives tonight. It's a special. It's a 2-hour. I'm sorry, but they just surprised us with it. Like, shit like that. Because, I mean, that's sort of a thing where I would sit there and solve the problem. That's what I like to do. I like solving issues. I also think it's like the best... I think it's one of the best forms of foreplay, actually. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? You want me to go into that? Would you like me to elaborate that one?
Why the fuck not?
All right.
Why the fuck not?
Suppose, all right, say you get into the dilemma of fucking your chick and you last 4 or 5 strokes you came. It was literally like under a minute, probably under half a minute. And you haven't been going out for more than a month, so, it's kind of like, well, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. Well, first up, you're hot. In that case, if I'm lasting like 4 or 5 strokes, if you're not taking that as a compliment, then something's wrong with you. For me now, in order for her to get her jollies off, I have a flaccid cock at this point. I would try to make it fun to get me back up again. Because I mean that really is to me something. If a chick can do that, then I think everything else will sort of fall into play. Because if she's compromising in that respect, when we're both naked and vulnerable to each other at that point, then I don't see like TV and video game time like that fucking interfering. I don't see that interfering as much as you would say like the caricature couple of them two arguing against each other with that. You know what I mean? It's that. If I can fucking compromise in the bedroom, we can compromise outside of it.
What happened if you have to do a major change?
Such as, like moving. Like moving, like she found a job somewhere else, or I found a job somewhere else, and we have to move.
Nah,
I mean that's a major change to me. That's
a major change, one that you don't want.
I wouldn't want her to move if I liked the girl, then yeah. I don't understand. Do you have an example?
I'm trying to think of one.
All right, well you think of one, but
all right, fine.
All right, no, I'm just saying you think of one, but for me, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it comes down to the point where you would really have to know each other in vulnerable spaces in order to get everything else outside. That doesn't happen for everything. I mean, the majority of it. That's how I think of it as that. So that's my elaboration on that. Goose,
Okay.
do you want to say something about that now?
About his question?
Or my whole rant about foreplay being. I'm sorry, problem solving being one of the best forms of foreplay.
It's an interesting thought. I don't see it ever holding true for me, but
Okay.
that's you're not me. So
Right. Exactly.
the bottom line is that's the bottom line.
All right. I mean, I'm sort of like running out of gas. Did you have anything else to add?
No,
You said
I got, dude. I'm just way too easy when it comes
All right.
to that.
All right.
No. You're literally way too easy.
Yeah. Yeah, you really are.
Ladies, yes.
So a major change. Let's go back to that. Let's see if we can just sort of eke out at the last minute. A major change would be something like what she would bring to the table. Like if I was just getting in a relationship with her.
When you go start living with each other, and then first thing first, you're gonna go and okay, you're like, I think it goes back to problem solving. That's why I was like, not that big.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
Like a major change for something that you don't want. You say get rid of the video games, for instance.
No. Not
That
any.
falls under freedom.
No, that also falls under property. That's mine. Fuck
This
you.
is what I'm saying.
Get rid of your
Get
shit.
rid of your makeup. How about that?
Yeah, get rid of your makeup. I don't know. Get rid of your dresses.
She wants to get rid of everything in your place.
Get the fuck out of here.
No,
No, I would throw her out my fucking window. I would be that much of a psychopath to throw her out of my
really?
window.
You want me to throw everything out? All right, grab her out of collar.
Yeah,
and throw her out.
yeah, exactly. Would you honestly do that, Goose? Because I know I would. I would be that fucking neurotic to do.
I wouldn't actually physically.
Yeah, I would.
I think I'm the only
I'm
one
that-
that would
yeah.
say I will leave.
No,
situation,
dude, yeah,
and
that's
then
you.
kick her out later.
Nah, dude, you gotta kick. For me, I get psychotic when it comes to that. It's like there are things where I'm like, some of it may be just unfounded, where it's like little things like don't touch that or some shit that I know of. But there's just some things you shouldn't do. You shouldn't break other people's property. You know, you shouldn't fuck with other people.
That's another thing. What happened if they get angry, start throwing your shit?
Out. Get the fuck out. I'm throwing you out. I'm physically throwing you out. You are being, you're an adherence, you're interfering with my safety. I don't feel safe in my own home. My name is on the lease. You're technically over here as my guest, even though you're sleeping over. You don't get your mail here, and if you do, you didn't move here unless you would have signed the fucking lease. So get out. You're pretty much not in the wrong.
So
and
basically,
I'm billing
the same
you,
thing you
and I'm
tell
suing
me.
her for damages. Like I'm taking her to court after that. I don't play around with that shit. And I would tell her like first and foremost, like if you're gonna live with me or if you're gonna come over, like I would think like if she came over as a guest, like she comes over once in a while, fine. But like if she was like staying over, I'd be like, yo, I have rules. Let's make sure we go over this. Like I would actually sit her down, like we're on the couch right now, and talk to her and make sure that she even gets irritated if I bring it up because she's like I've repeated myself multiple times ad nauseum. Yeah, that's what it would come down to. Yeah.
That's all I can say.
I really, I don't play around with that shit. I don't like people fucking with my property, especially girls who think they can get away with it.
Especially interns who throw shit.
Oh yeah, if you wanted to bring that up, I was gonna. Yeah, that was like, that wasn't having any of that shit. No, not here. I don't like people fucking with my safety. I feel threatened. I'm going to neutralize the threat as soon as possible. That's how I am.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
All right.
I think we can stop here. I don't know what the other studio apparently is like blasting music or some shit. So They're really good with it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if you can tell us the tune, but leave it in the comments if you can hear it from here.
I'm about to start grinding up against the heater, but then again, my pants might burn off.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm Frankie.
I'm Goose.
I'm General Dink.
And we're going to end the show tonight. Thank you for listening, and tune in next week.
Please like us and comment in our Facebook.
And subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe, like, comment, share, put your finger up your ass.
While you listen, be great. All right. Peace.